Call this meeting to, these chairs are like really low. Call this meeting to order. Determined as a quorum present. We have Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We have a quorum. Commissioner Nettleton, if you'll lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If y'all don't mind, we'll have a moment of silence for the people I know that perished in 9/11 and their families that still survived. If y'all don't mind, just a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Number 4, we don't have, I didn't see any minutes. We don't have any minutes. 5, citizens' comments. Did you come up, sir? Ms. Fuentes. Ms. Fuentes, do you want to come up? Item 24 is what you're speaking on. Ms. Fuentes, please.
Good morning. Thank you, Judge Evans. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to address item number 24, and in particular for Commissioner Flores. If I'm reading this item agenda correctly, it's asking all the commissioners to submit maybe or talk about projects that they want to accomplish or get done on 2023. And Commissioner Flores, on behalf of the Board of Station, Vega Verde residents and Moreno Valley residents, hopefully you can put down to extend Vega Verde water pipeline further down, and to address city of and to address also Moreno Valley Old Foster Road issue. The reason Vega Verde people, Moreno Valley people are not here is because they're finding it extremely difficult to leave their place on the I asked you again, please, one more time, to consider changing at least some of the commissioners meeting to the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 6, discussion possible action to approve auditor's report.
Move.
Second motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 7, discussion possible action of following budget adjustments, and we'll need to do each one of these by itself because there's some of them that we need to figure out where the money's come from. A, tax assessor collector, $1,654 from office supply to postage.
Why are we doing so much in postage? This is like a couple of times.
Just to pay the postage for the taxes in September. We have to send postage before the tax statements get mailed. When they get it to the post office, we got to.
No, but we didn't budget for that this year.
It's up by 1,600.
Well, I mean, did we use additional postage?
We did.
There's a purpose behind that. Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. B, 83rd District, $3,737.24 from travel and training to office.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. 63rd Judicial District, $155,000 from Operation Lone Star for personnel and operating expense. This dollar's here on this one and on the next one. Matt had visited with the state, and they are allowable expenses. And it was in your notes. It should be in your notes what it's for.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. D, 63rd Judicial District, CSCD, $189,000 from Operation Lone Star, personnel and operating expense. And this one right here is for the probation office. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Adult probation. We had set aside approximately $45,000 at the last meeting to help with an individual at adult probation. That money, when we go through the budget process here in a minute, that position will be moved, and that money will sort of be put back into the general fund. They're asking for 3 people. It'll pay for three individuals and their computers and everything that they need. I will tell you that the amount of cases, and David can attest to this also, the amount of extra cases that they're seeing are unbelievable. So at the end of the day, we'd set aside money for 2 through Operation Lone Star. This one, we're going to set aside the 3 versus the 2, and the $45,000 on that one position that we were doing is coming back out.
Motion. Okay, what we want to make sure whether that was a reimbursement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. E, other appraisals office, $11,947.84 from available appropriations. Matt, we talked about this yesterday, and the money.
We did.
Why are we giving them $11,000?
This is part of our allocation. Now,
Didn't they just ask us to keep some money they had
they
left
did,
over?
and they asked to keep about 16,000, and in total, we're around 56,000 that
That they're keeping.
On their side, that they're keeping. Yes, and we know how that works. The other entities have to vote to distribute, which I thought that would mean to bring in fund balance for revenue to make your budget. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if only one party takes your money out, then how can you use fund balance to balance your budget? But apparently that's not how it's done, so I don't understand the complexity in one entity cannot take their distribution.
Or the
So they're
interest gets
keeping
it.
16,000 of our money, and we still have to come up with 11,000.
We do, and because this budget process, when we budget it, they divide by the.
No, it's based off a percentage, I mean, I understand the
We don't know what
percentage.
the percentage truly are, so they won't pass the tax.
So just tell them to keep the 16, we'll miss the 11, and we'll all go on their lives.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get to the part about the interest too.
Yeah.
Since you're on a roll.
Yeah, our interest, my understanding of how that's working is, of course, we don't ever want to keep more money than above our safety net, but our safety net is being transferred over to the appraisal district, and the appraisal district is going to, now the appraisal district is going to generate interest on it, and they get to keep that interest for their mission. Now, my understanding is their interest rate that they're able to pull is much lower than what we're able to pull. So, just the whole philosophy, the whole thing is weird. Maybe we can look at that.
Where are we getting the money from?
This one, we actually got revenue from here from capital credits that we were able to capture this year of 16,000, but that's an item down below, so we can get to that.
So when we certified the $16,431.08 from capital credits, then that would be.
I'll make a motion to approve and take out our capital credits once we approve it.
Right, we'll put capital credits.
Second.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. F, building maintenance utilities, $72,500 from available appropriations. We have monies still left in attorneys other than we could pull from in order to pay these bills.
We do, we're trying to guesstimate at the end of the year.
Well, no, the cost of utilities went up.
Cost went up, I think it was a 5-year.
Both. Motion,
We have,
motion to approve.
Commissioner Wardlaw made a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible action on the following certification of revenue. Gov deals, $43,537, and another one for $16,099. Spire, $28,186. Precinct 1, $17,300. Precinct 2, $14,150. Texas Comptroller, $16,431.08. If we certified it, we could still roll it over, or what do you want to do?
It could be best just to wait for next year, but if we wanted to, we could certify it now.
Don't you need the comptroller's money to?
The comptroller we do, but all the other gov deals we don't, and that precinct 1, precinct 2, that's rolled in there. It is much cleaner if we just do the gov deals, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
If we do the gov deals through to precinct 2, or just the gov deals?
Just the gov deals forward.
Okay. All right.
So what is it you want us to do?
I just want you to.
Certify the
Comptroller.
Comptroller.
Motion to certify the Texas comptrollers and put in contingency.
We have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. This is one of the deals on the, we talked about also on the 29,000 that you have in auction limit, whatever. So if we do this next year, then we don't do it this year, and then he has to roll it over.
I appreciate that.
So you're right. Okay. 63rd District Court, overtime pay, Operation Lone Star, Anna and Vanessa. Not to exceed 20 hours per week.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We're aware that Anna is exempt, and this is what we can allow.
And motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. We're going to skip to number 14, and we'll come back at 9:30 for the we'll skip to item 14, approving monthly reports from elected officials.
Move.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Now, item 15, approving bills for monthly payments.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 16, Valverde County Veterans Service Office was awarded the Fund Veterans Assistance Program for 2022-2023. Adrian?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. I just want to say thank you to Ms. Rosa Benavides, her staff, Mr. Matthew, Ms. Debbie Esser, everyone who takes their time
To put
to
this
making
together.
sure all the logistics work for this grant. This is our second year that we got it. Thank you for giving us the van again, 4 years ago around this time. It was really neat. Brought this all into fruition. This is the second year that we've gotten this grant and the third one coming. So, again, thank you to all the staff that helps with making this.
We can get a picture?
Yeah.
How much you get?
We picked it up though.
How much did you get?
We got 75,000. This is our second year getting it, and the third year coming. So, it's great.
Going the other side?
Can we go cash the check, brother?
Here you go, Adrian, in a minute. That's the check. Where's that?
I tried
There
to
we
take
go.
it to see it.
Got it? They didn't take it? What's up with that?
Yeah. Not quite that. Turn a little more, and then come in, and then you guys go
Hey.
this way.
You're real funny.
Wait a minute, Dave.
Can we move this chair?
We could, but we're not going. Watch your gun.
Right there. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and hold the thing a little straighter.
Oh, man, I thought you were gonna say whole hand.
Well, right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Very nice, thank you.
It's like moving furniture with your wife.
No, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you all. He had an issue with, we're talking about Veterans Office, he had an issue with his AC, and Amistad Bank, we rented, doing the contract, we worked on that $300 or whatever. They said they weren't gonna charge us the $300, they're just gonna fix the AC, so it's all good. Item 17, discussion possible action to approve resolution to designate authorized signatories and execute, authorized signatories from the Colonial SHC contract number. He's on here, I thought. Rob, can y'all unmute him?
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Hello, Commissioners.
How's it going?
Going great, sirs. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Can you tell us a little bit about this one? That way.
Sure. It's another $1 million award. We'll be working in the same counties, Alberta Park Estates, Cedar Terrace, County Comstock. and rise estates of an estimator. Same types of activities. This agenda item for you today is just a little bit of housekeeping that will allow us to start processing and paperwork and withdrawal requests. And the one really exciting bit of news I've got for you is with the closeout of our previous contract, which is a $1.5 million County Soap Center award. We included architectural plans with that contract. So now we look to start building new housing.
Great.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. If you get a chance, to give, McCoy's a call. They actually wanted to see if there was individuals that you had that were in need, so they could help. I was in McCoy's on Friday, so if you don't mind calling management here at McCoy's. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 18. It's not the good one, so we don't need any action on number 18. Item 19, discussion matters related to COVID. I'm going to give you all a little handout here. You know, we'll see what we've done. Here you go, Commissioner.
Thank you, Judge.
This is a little snapshot of what the county, I say the county, us, all of us, have done in the last, since the end of 2020 to May of 2021, or 2022, I'm sorry. The clinics that the hospital helped with in Valverde County, and then Valverde County all by themselves, there was 21 clinics at the Civic Center, at the Community Center. There was 5 total, 4 just the county and 1 that the National Guard did. The Plaza del Sol Mall, there was 86 different clinics. The Comstock and the school, San Felipe Del Rio, between the county and then what the National Guard helped us with, there was 10. And then you can go on down the list. There was a total of 165 clinics. It has the age group broke down there. And then when you get to the amount of doses that the Guard, National Guard, the hospital in conjunction with Valverde County and then Valverde County by themselves, there was 89,358 doses given out, whether they were first dose, second dose, boosters, whatever. You know, in partnering with our sister city next door, there was first doses, second doses, about 2,100 of those 89,000 doses were there to help people in Acuña. So this is something that, you know, without the court being on board and getting this done as of when all this stuff started in March of 2020, and setting aside money to the court, the very first action that the court took was to set aside a couple $100,000 to move forward and have funds in order to hire a health authority and hire staff to help them. So this was something that I'd asked Roland to put together. You know, we always give numbers, but this one here was sort of impressive, I thought. I don't have any questions. Roland's supposed to, oh, he's here. I didn't see you. You snuck in. We have a Roland sighting. I'm sorry. I told him I was going to give you a hard time. On the COVID deal, you know, I remember walking around outside, and one of the conversations with one of the doctors is that we're running out of nurses at a nursing home because they have COVID, and we have a lot of COVID patients. And the decision or the thought was, why can't we use COVID nurses with COVID patients? Heck, they're already sick, you know. And that's what was done. But I mean, there was a lot of stuff, I guess, behind the scenes that we were learning. I told a story about, there was one lady that her whole family was COVID, and they wanted permission to go to San Antonio and watch the mama die. So, you know, everybody sort of made that happen, made sure the people in Uvalde were called. Don't stick your head in the car because the whole car's COVID. And I think they went to Methodist, and they put the lady in a room with the window as they watched her pass away. But there's just, you know, there's just a lot of stories. I could tell you some other ones, but they're not really real. They're funny, but they shouldn't. There was certain individuals that managed to spread it a bunch. We'll just leave it at that. But it was, you know, we're still going through it, but, you know, the numbers have gone down compared to what they were, you know, some of those times. We had a phone call one day hollering and screaming by an individual that Roland's not answering his phone at 9:30 one morning, and I told him, hell, he's probably asleep. He said, "What you doing to sleep?" And I said, "Well, I got my last email from him at 6:30 this morning, so," and he's been going up all night. We had conversations because with HIPAA laws of individuals that we were trying to keep track of. That way we wouldn't have law enforcement show up to a house and not know that the people in the home, not the name, but when they showed up that the house was COVID. And, you know, we even had discussions about that, and Roland took care of a list to make sure that our first responders were somewhat safe. But yeah, it was just a lot. The county, I know, I'll quit talking in a minute. The county did their first major food distribution at the Civic Center. And I think we got in trouble. The city got mad because we had too many cars on the street. And I think as of today, Commissioner Wardlaw still has his food distribution out there in the middle of nowhere on the highway, just not have to deal with that part of it. He actually had a line from Brown Plaza, past Guadalupe, and Jesus Christ, you were down there somewhere around Broadbent, probably.
Yeah, got kicked out of the city.
Yeah, we're not throwing rocks, but it is what it is, right? But
I won't let them forget it.
But there was just so much, and there was so much that all the entities working together, what they accomplished. Y'all have any comments or discussion on COVID? None? Okay, we'll go to discussion on immigrants. We met with individuals from the mayor's office from New York last week. I was not invited, but the city did invite me. So we went. I think the conversation went well. Bottom line is we're going to keep sending them to them. I did, and I told them I took offense to them claiming that the individuals that were on the bus didn't know where the hell they were going. I will tell you that Tiffany down here, me and her sometimes don't agree on the process, but I would bet the ranch that this lady here and Son, because of their humanitarian efforts, would not let these individuals get on a bus not knowing where the hell they were going. So I made that perfectly clear to the individuals from New York. We did have some other conversations that we'll need to talk about. But again, I think it went well. There is an understanding that there's not a whole lot they can do about the ones. They said they were a sanctuary city. They raised their hand, and we're going to send them to you. The numbers that they had, Roland, did you get numbers current on that one?
Yes, sir. On the
Yeah, please. Can you come up here? No, we can hear you. Because mine are a week old.
So these numbers were, good morning. These numbers were updated yesterday. Transport to DC was 4,325. New York was 936, and Chicago was 170 as of last night.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, and then, you know, like I told them, I can't say.
Is that just out of Del Rio, or is that?
That's just out of Del Rio. It's just Del Rio. And like I was telling them, the people in New York, I can't say what the other counties are doing or how much they got. You know, I just don't really care. But I can tell you, you know, that the individuals leaving our county do know where they're going. Tiffany even took a ride on one of the buses just because she felt she needed to see if they were going to be fed, see where they were going to be, where they were going to stop, the whole 9 yards. And she's one of those individuals that she's, I guess the word that we're going to start using in our campaign, passionate. So she's very passionate also. But I just don't see her not putting these people on a bus and not explaining to them where they're going. So, discussion, any other discussion on immigrants? No? Okay. Item 21, discussion possible action on a letter of support for Amistad Ambulance Transport. What they've asked for is a letter of support they're asking the state to waive that the driver of the ambulance not be fully certified as the individual that's actually doing the care. I will tell you that this ambulance in 2019 is the one that transported me from Stat to the hospital to put me on a flight in 2019 when we left, because they thought it was my heart. But like one of the commissioners said, it's not your heart, you don't have one. But we were, and all they're asking for is just a letter of support that there is an ambulance service here needed. The individual that would be, I don't know how much liability that would bring to us, but that would be up to you if you want to talk about it later. And then,
Is that a for-profit company?
it is a for-profit company.
And it's just a letter of support.
Support, just to say they don't have to.
That we need ambulance services in town, not that for them, but an ambulance service in town. I will tell you that they transport, there's this one and another one, the other one's probably be coming to us also, but they transport also the individuals that are in dialysis,
You got the letter? You always need the letter?
No, before I didn't want to go through the process of
I'll
drafting.
make a motion to approve once it's approved by the county attorney.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 22, discussion possible action on lifting the existing burn ban.
Move.
Dr. Jerry.
Second.
Motion Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez and Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Let's go to item 25, because the other ones are going to take a little bit. And we're about 2 minutes away from having to go to the tax rate. Item 25, discussion possible action on ratifying the use of county bleachers for the San Felipe Athletic Department at the Washington Stadium.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 26, discussion possible action on proposal of Century Security Services for security equipment that will be installed at the women's shelter. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Item 27, discussion possible action regarding approval to allow Del Rio Host Lions Club to sell alcohol at the Atlantic Fairgrounds October 7th through 8th, 2022.
I'd like to remove that item, Judge.
Okay. All right. Just table it.
Table it.
Second, Judge.
Have a motion to table, Commissioner Wardlaw. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 28, discussion possible action regarding property ID 28280 on Rollway Road to declare as surplus property and designate for proper disposition. We've been, you want me to go?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
We'd already done this once before, but we're a little bit confused as what the process was. I was. So we need to designate an individual to take care of the process. The county judge, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to be it or you want to delegate it to somebody else.
Delegate to somebody else, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I don't know if you'd like to table this and we can discuss, because there's two routes that we can get to where you want to go. It just depends on which route you
You want to table it?
I'll make a motion to table, Judge.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Nettleton to table. Write this down. Okay, what time is it? We're gonna go ahead and go back to the tax rate. Thank you, sir. That's upcoming here, the county attorney. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. And let me go back. Tax rate hearing, is at 9:30. It is 9:30. The tax rate hearing is now open. Anybody want to talk about it? This is the second time that we're having it. Okay, ma'am. Okay, so, anybody in favor or against the tax rate or just wants to get up here and talk to us about the tax rate? Okay. 9:30, 9:31, tax rate hearing is closed. If y'all want, we'll just go ahead and continue, and we'll come back to the budget and all that. Or y'all want to do the new budget? We can do the budget workshop if y'all want to go through that. It's on the list. We'll do the budget workshop.
Whatever you want to do.
Item 11, the budget workshop. I've got some items here. Ms. Ramon had come, she has a line item in there for elections. I think it's a $45,000 line item. She wanted to add $30,000 to it. We do have $24,000 that we will be reimbursed
For what?
for elections. Janie, Mr. Ramon, are you there? She's there.
Yes, sir.
The 24,000 is from the state.
No, sir, it's from the entities that, in May 1st, when they had a joint election with us, they have to reimburse us for the salary, the election workers.
From May 1st.
Yes.
Your election service contract. Ms. Ramon.
Janie, can you hear that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
The election service contract?
The election services contracts, that's where the money's at.
Yes, sir. Because we had a county, a city, a school, outside, it was, and the hospital, and it was all tied together, and we had to do their early voting and ours, so I charged them their workers, and then they reimbursed the county.
Okay.
You don't usually charge that upfront?
I'm sorry?
Is that usually
Is your mic not on? Is your mic not on?
The little red light.
Is
That's why you're commissioner. Jenny, is that collected in advance?
I'm sorry?
The question was, do we usually charge that in advance?
No, we have to charge it according to the hours that they work, and we don't know what hours they're gonna work.
Okay.
Until we actually put on the election.
All right, thank you.
So you need an additional 30,000 over what we budgeted in this upcoming budget?
Yes.
Well, yes, it's usually 100,000, but it was 45 in the budget, so, it wasn't enough to complete the year.
It's been 45
Budget
years.
And now I want you 100,000?
Well, at one point it was 100,000, but I think the last 3 or 4 years it's been at 45. That money was stuck in the budget because that's what was there. She's asked for another 30,000. She's asked for another 30,000. That would take it to 75. But when the 24 comes in, we certify that 24. That'll come in. But right now she needs
Sounds good.
$30,000 more. That's where we're at.
Motion to approve, putting 30.
And Commissioner, if I can add one thing, the reason it's 30,000 over is because it's the maintenance plan, that with the new equipment, it's paid for the year, so it wasn't put in to the budget.
Okay. Made a motion to add 30.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second. Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 5-0. There was a line item in capital outlay for $45,000 for the building, at the building for purchasing, there's $16,000 that was still left in that line item. If we could put $16,000 in capital to finish the building or purchasing, add $16,000 to capital for purchasing for the building.
So we need to put 16 more in?
Yes, sir.
All right, motion to approve.
Have a motion, Commissioner Middleton, second, Vice Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye, anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Copier expense, when the departments split, when risk management, human resource, and purchasing split, they were splitting the copiers. Risk management was $888. We need to get risk management and human resource to $1,170 a piece to take care of the copier. The risk management is from $888. Human resources from $1,000. So we need to get $1,170 for risk management and $1,170 for.
Motion to approve.
Second, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner Nettleton. Made a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Do you need us to take any action on the $45,000 for that employee or what?
Yeah, that was an adjustment. Let's go ahead and undo that adjustment.
Okay. We'd set aside $45,000 for pretrial. We want to take
Motion
that
to remove the $45,000 out of pretrial.
Okay. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. The auction money, as long as there's $29,000 and change, in building maintenance, and then there's some other auction money that is still there. We should make sure that stuff gets rolled over into the following, fiscal year.
Motion to make sure all auction money gets rolled over.
Second, then.
And motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? 5-0. Actually, I think that's all I got. I won't come back to that. Is there anything else? Anybody else out there have anything on the budget? Yes, sir.
Okay, Judge, we have some Stone Garden vehicles that were sold that need to go back to the sheriff's office so they can continue the mission. That number is $22,432.50. So we need to appropriate that to their capital this year. Coming into the budget.
To add the 22 what?
$22,432.50.
$22,432.50 to SO for capital out of their auction.
And to go to Stone Garden.
And to go to Stone Garden auction.
Right.
They have to use it for certain things. They can't just.
Stone Garden. Yeah, Stone Garden.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Holden.
Oh, okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Anybody else?
Okay, I need to increase audit cost. It is. I need to increase audit cost by $3,000. This was an adjustment that I came with earlier this year, but we'll go ahead and tackle it right now.
Motion to increase audit in the next budget by $3,000 only.
Here's only $3,000, yeah.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Did we increase utilities in this budget?
We did.
Enough? We think?
The judge did.
We hope.
Well, we increased it, I think by 20%.
Last one, our enterprise renewal vehicles do have a backlog. We did not use all of our appropriations this year. So in case the trains start running, in case we start getting those vehicles, I'd like to increase enterprise by $100,000 in case we get the backlog.
All right. So you're just moving, basically, you didn't
Correct.
use the money, you're just moving it.
Correct.
All right. Motion to increase enterprise by 100, moving it from this year.
Okay, motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second.
Second.
Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. And I wrote, she's good. Don't.
She's got a whole list of stuff she wants.
Oh, he gave me a list yesterday, and I don't know what I did with it. I think I left it in the car. Was that it, man?
That was what's on my list.
Okay.
Your list?
I think I'm good with my list. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
The money, y'all have money in y'all's accounts?
I do.
Who else?
I don't know the exact amount, but I do.
Well, this would be the time if y'all want to do something with it.
What do we do?
What do y'all want to do?
I think I have like 30 or 40 left over. I don't know what they've got.
Huh?
I'd like to be able to move it, but I know Matt throws a
I'll
fit.
make a motion to go over any remaining money in, operating budget, sorry, any other budget. And then appreciate.
Next operating. Operating?
Operating.
Okay, so how are we gonna handle requisitions from now until October
We
1?
shouldn't have any.
You're not gonna have any?
I mean, no.
No.
Let's do this.
Okay.
If they have some, whatever's left at the end of the year, because we don't really need to calculate it now, then we can put it in next year's budget.
Whatever is remaining on
October.
September 31st. That is not, already has requisitions.
So then how do we put a budget into the county clerk and get out to taxpayers with numbers that we don't know what they're gonna be? Right?
What I'll do is we'll go through there right now and we'll
You
look.
take today's numbers, and then when we get, just, you're supposed to come back and modify the existing beginning cash balance in the budget. There's some things that have to be cleaned up starting October 1, because the budget you're gonna file isn't gonna have exact numbers no matter what, because your beginning cash balance number, you don't know what it is. You're guessing at it. That's what's in here.
Right, and as Bill said,
So,
the only number that we do know in the budget is the page count.
yes. So, I mean, you're going to take whatever number it is today and use it, and if we have to modify it, then we're gonna have to modify it at the last minute.
So you wanna amend the budget October 1?
If you go through there right now, we already know what's encumbered, right? And we have a balance after what is encumbered.
Yes,
We do.
we should.
It would be, I mean, if you wanna go with today's number, that would be great, we can get that. We can come back after executive session, and we can plug that number in there.
Okay.
And then we can just hold off on requisitions for the next, it's a long time.
Well, they're blankets. They have blankets in there also that are
They do.
open POs, and those are already encumbered, right? So why don't you bring us back a number?
Sounds
That
good.
work?
We'll do.
And then what we'll do is, we'll skip 12 and 13 till after we get back, and then we'll plug those numbers in.
Okay,
That work?
sounds good.
Thank you, sir. Item 23, discussion of possible action on hazard mitigation plan and have commissioner identify safety concerns within their precinct. We had talked about this in 2019, and the conversation was we're gonna partner with the city and try to put a plan together. And then we were also, at that point, Middle Rio Grande, we talked about a regional plan, and we'd given them some stuff that we wanted to put in. It wasn't done, for whatever reason. I know that Middle Rio Grande, is still talking about it, but I think we are going to have to work, we're gonna have to do it ourselves as a plan and not rely on somebody else helping us.
We need it in order to get some of these FEMA funds, so, I mean, I think we need to move forward with putting together, is this something we can do in-house, or is this something we're gonna have?
I think we're gonna end up having to spend some money, but there's grants out there for it. But the first thing that we need to do is, if y'all will, try to identify some of the areas that need help, whether it be for flooding,
Are we gonna look at areas in the city and out of the city?
Roland?
I know the city is working on a plan, I just don't know where they're at in that process.
Theirs is expired just like ours.
Right. So, again, good morning. The idea would be, since we already have a plan, it's just to update our plan. So the idea would be to look at the current plan, share it with each of y'all to read and see what exactly we want to try to keep in that plan. And so we just update what we have now. So it'd be not as much work to rewrite a plan. That's fairly intensive. The plan that was written previously, for the county, their share was about $180,000 in writing the plan. As the judge said, the COG was still wanting to try to do some sort of a regional plan and incorporate Alberta County in that plan at no cost. We could in-kind some services. But to that point, the idea would be just to look at the threats and then go from there, most of it.
So in and out of the city, the whole
Yes.
thing. So this would be a joint deal between us and the city, or?
It's entirely.
We can talk to him, and see what the city wants to do, but I think we don't wait this go around, and we just go ahead and take off, because like I said, there's a lot of money that we're missing out on.
No, I agree. I'm just, when you're asking about projects, I'm trying to
I would
decide,
say-
are we just picking outside or inside, because we got projects.
It would
I
be
would-
in the entire county, in city limits and in the
Yeah.
county.
All I'm asking.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion for us to proceed with trying to, update our existing hazardous mitigation plan.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 24, discussion possible action, each precinct county commissioner prioritize a list of projects for fiscal year 2023. Grant funding opportunities, list to include but not limited to roads, streets, water, parks, railroad crossings, low water crossings, etc. These necessarily, I mean, the hazard mitigation in this one, they're not the same thing. You might have some of the same projects from 24 and 23, but you should really have more projects in 24 than in 23.
Yes, there is a lot of money through the infrastructure bill that is available, but in order for Carl and Elizabeth and them to start working on it, we kind of need a list of stuff. There is a lot of money available out there that we need to go after, but they need a list so they know what to start tackling, so.
And if y'all will get, Establisher? Where's he? Oh, there he is. He's back here hiding behind him, John. If y'all will get with him, to try to identify some of the projects and make a list, and then we sort of roll out and start trying to put a cost or something on it. All right? If y'all will just go do it, I don't think any action needs to be taken, but y'all do need to start coming up with some projects. All right? Item 29, discussion of possible action regarding approval to provide office space to Belong, SJRC Texas, in the community center, and grant authority for judge to sign MOU between Valverde County and Belong, once reviewed and approved by the county attorney. Commissioner Flores?
Judge, I'll make the motion to provide office space to, this program and, approve the MOU once we have final approval from, our county attorney's office.
What services do they provide?
And Judge, I believe Nicole is here to.
Good morning, yes, my name's Nicole Cody. SJRC Texas and Belong will start doing the case management of all, foster and kinship cases starting this October for the county.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. You did an excellent job.
Thank you,
got it
appreciate
done.
it.
Item 30, discussion possible action to authorize Valverde County Court of Law Mental Health and Juvenile Drug Specialty Court to be established and to apply for state grant monies pursuant to Texas Government Code 123.001, 123.002, 123. There's a bunch of them. Via court resolution for 2022, 2023, 2024 fiscal years, Valverde County resolution is attached. Yes, sir, Judge.
Well, the numbers are one specifically under the Texas Government Code 123, to establish the court, and secondly is the mental health section 125.
And Judge, a couple of times, the last two times that you've come before us, I mean, you were actually, we were gonna use money to help provide the service out of the DWI court, or how's the money, or how is this gonna work?
No, I'm going to apply for the grant,
Okay,
and I'm only going to apply for the grant as long as it's non-matching. So I haven't seen the publication in December yet, but as long as it's not matching like my previous grants, that's what I'm gonna do.
okay. So,
And then it's awarded in September, and I'm not gonna generate
of
any.
next year,
Yes, sir.
okay.
I'm not going to generate any expenses for the county on this program. I'm just going to start establishing the foundation for it, to build it up and put some things in place that are free services to help on the mental health side. The mental health director has, out of Kerrville, has agreed to provide us with someone to the table as part of the
And
program.
you said one of the businesses, at one of the meetings we attended, one of the businesses was, we're going to give you free service for
Yes.
a year.
I have two free services for a year. Sober Sense and Reconnect, they're called.
And I think This is a great thing. Mental health is a huge issue, so I think anything we can do
Yes, sir.
to try to deal with this issue is a good thing.
Yes, sir. And what I would like to do, at some point, if any of the commissioners would like to visit with me between now and the grant, there's gonna be quite a bit of monies out there on the mental health side. And I can give you an idea of what, my plan is. I will be working with Mr. Martinez and also with the DA's office as to a specific plan, and be working with the, juvenile department, because the juvenile department will be part of this program, not the adult program.
I'm gonna make a motion to allow the Valverde County Court at Law to establish a mental health and juvenile drug specialty court and apply for grants when they become available.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. Judge, one of the things, if these people are going to give us free service, is there a contract that's going to need to be signed?
Yes, sir, I'll be providing Mr. Martinez with a proposed, plan and an MOU for his review and his approval before I do anything. I will not enter into any
Okay.
MOUs.
And who will sign that contract?
Be the county judge.
Who will sign that contract? Does it need to come back for that contract, or we get approval now to do it?
Once we have those LOUs.
Yeah, once we get them, we'll bring them back.
All right, that works.
And lastly, I do want to let the court know that, I've had several discussions with, Mr. Weingart, and, I promised him that I would not incur any expenses, and that I would not, generate any monies from this specialty court until which time, we've worked out exactly what he wants me to do and how he wants me to do it.
All right, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
May I please be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a
Thank you,
good day, sir.
Thank you.
Item 31, discuss possible action on a donation of 20 feet by approximately 1,500 linear feet of land in the county to be added to Big Boulder right-of-way. Donation to be made by Lewis and Sylvia Ellis. I put this thing back on the agenda, or I asked Douglas to put this thing back on the agenda. Maybe we could clarify where the road's at and stuff like that. And then there was a post that some individual, he would see us here on Tuesday. Evidently not. I just didn't want some individual to come up and say something in citizens' comments, and then we not have an opportunity to discuss this with him.
Motion, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Nettleton. If you'll.
And I know you clarified this quite a bit as to why we're doing this, but.
Yes, sir.
Because of the narrow right of way, and when we do have our fires and people, EMS and other things needing to get in and out of this, it is very, very difficult to accomplish with a 20-foot right of way, to get back in there, because this area does allow us to get back in when we have fires out in the Vega that creep up on those areas, on Pepper Lane and other areas. And that's the purpose of why we need an additional right of way to be able to get larger trucks. I've had my trucks down there with dozers. Other commissioners have had theirs. We've had large fire trucks in and out of there. It is very difficult to accomplish.
Can I speak to this, Judge?
As soon as, yes, sir.
Yes. Go ahead.
You're up.
All right, the judge has been getting a lot of discussion on this, but I want credit to go to where credit's due. This is my deal. I'm the one that came up with this, and I'm the one that went to the judge, and I'm the one that made the proposal. And I didn't know who owned the property till I was in Engineer Valverde's office, and that's when I went from his office, went down to the judge's office, and I made the proposal, and the judge agreed. So I just want to set the record straight. It's my deal.
I appreciate that, Commissioner. And looking at the map, the people that are going to be watching this, there's a red area right there. You just can't get around. You know, if we were to if we were to keep it the way it is and I was to fence to it, there's no way you can get around. With the 20 feet, It's just simple, simple math. You can't get a 48-foot trailer or 45-foot trailer or the semi-truck around the corners. It's just not possible.
It's an emergency situation, Judge. This is a county road. It is a county road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We good? Again, I just wanted to, in case everybody, we had a couple people post that they were gonna show up, so I just didn't want us to be caught with, not
Well,
being
if
able to
they
say
call you,
something.
Judge, ask them to call me.
I'll do
I'm responsible.
All right. His number is. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0 with one abstention. I abstain. Okay. Item 32, discussion and possible action to approve a 3-year renewal subscription with a 5% increase in a 2-year and 3-year and authorize county judge to assign order form from West Publishing Thompson Readers. This subscription allows access to online legal search for use of the district judge's funds to be expended from law account. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second.
Second, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible action to select an evaluation committee to score RFPs for the aerial fiber optic cabling project for CAP building. Who do you want?
Motion to approve. Who do y'all want? Melissa, Graham, and Carlos.
Rand, Carlos, Melissa? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second. Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Commissioner,
Have the excuse.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Item 34, discussion possible action to approve a trade in of a 2012 F-250 truck towards a 1-ton truck for precinct 1 and authorize the solicit for bids.
Motion to approve. This isn't a new truck, right?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, I didn't hear that. I had to walk out on a phone call. What truck are we talking about?
Precinct 1 has an F-250 truck that they're going to trade in
Oh,
on a
okay.
new truck.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
On a 1-ton truck. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. Did you talk second?
Yes, sir.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Discussion of possible action toward rebid. Item 35, discussion of possible action to award rebid 22-19 renovation of the Fairgrounds Grandstands to DLP Construction Services and authorize county judge to sign contract upon review by county attorney.
Move.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 36, discussion possible action to accept the use of Gordian's IQC, a job order contracting solution for procurement of construction projects when the need arises. There are no contracts to sign with Gordian or fees paid directly to them. All contractors used are available through cooperative purchasing networks.
Second.
On the motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 37, discussion possible action to approve the following items as surplus property and designate for proper disposition. Disposition may include but not limited to.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Man, Melissa, you were awesome. Item 38, discussion, and he writes paragraphs. Discussion of possible action to fund the replacement of equipment damaged by the August 22nd, 2022 electrical storm, the amount of $10,010.53 from available appropriations. A full report has been submitted to risk management for the insurance claim. Locations of damage, equipment included main courthouse, sheriff's, fairgrounds district. The $10,100, we actually have monies in sheriff's electrical storm.
Motion to approve out of sheriff's electric.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you, sir.
That's the first time he's walked up, or does it just?
Yeah, we try to make the motion quick, so. It'll cost us another 20 grand if you start talking.
Ladies. Item 39, discussion and possible action approving the lease between Valverde County and Christmas Market on behalf of Carlos
Move.
Flores.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 40, discussion and possible action approving the lease agreement between Valverde County and Copa de la Amistad on behalf of Diego Cadena.
Move.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 41, discussion possible action approval for sale of alcohol at the border pit battle on behalf of Jay Gonzalez.
Second.
On the motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 42, discussion possible approval to hold flu vaccine clinic for employees.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Discussion possible action. Item 43, discussion possible approval of renewal of interlocal agreement for the joint participation in the countywide air ambulance membership in the amount of $32,000 plus the $12,000, which comes to $44,000.
Move.
And this money we've already adjusted in our budget. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 44, discussion possible approval of HR report.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Anybody against? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 45, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071, attorney client privilege, B 551.071, contemplated litigation, C 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property, possible action of possession thereafter, D 551.073, regarding a negotiated contract, lease, and value of property, possible action of possession, and E 551.076, regarding security devices, security audits, and/or security personnel. If we'll take a little 5-minute break, if y'all will give us the room, we'll go into executive session.
All right, you got a little fun.
Oh, lights on. I was gonna start talking.
Light's been on the whole day.
I had to turn it off right now. They like turn it off and then turn it back on. Okay. Court's now in session. 11 o'clock. Jesus Christ, you took a long time. We're gonna go to item 28. It was tabled. We're gonna come back to it. Item 28, discussion possible action regarding property ID 28280 on Railway Road.
Judge, I'll make a motion to rescind order number 22-69 that authorized Melissa to go out for sealed bids. We will rescind that order, and then I make a motion to authorize the sale, declare the property surplus and authorize the sale of the property on the railroad at a public auction to be held at the next time we hold our tax auctions on the courthouse steps, and to put a reserve on the property of $5,000.
Second, that, Judge.
Commissioner Nettleton, we need to appoint.
Oh, and appoint the county judge to administer, conduct the sale.
Second.
Second, Judge.
Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. We're gonna go back to item 11. Budget workshop. We were waiting on some numbers, for the precincts.
Yes, Judge, for precinct 1, we got $44,140. Precinct 2, $13,063. Precinct 3, $1,907. Precinct 4, $9,023. Auditor's office, $1,300.
What did you say was in mine?
$9,023 is what's in the budget remaining.
You say, but that includes encumbrances.
It does. Yes.
Okay. I thought it was.
Now, we're just gonna take this balance, we're just gonna add it into the new balances?
Yes.
Okay, and if an emergency arises, then we'll just make an adjustment the following
Yes.
year? Okay.
I'll make a motion to add those as a rollover into the following year.
Those are reversed.
Huh?
Those are reversed.
Those are reversed, because mine should be like 30 something.
You're right.
Let's do that again. Precinct 1 is 9,023. Precinct 2 is 11,907. Precinct 3. That's what you got. I'll take Precinct 1, $44,140. Precinct 2, $13,083. Precinct 3, $11,997. Precinct 4, $9,023.
I'll make a motion to approve rolling those over into the next fiscal year.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0. Item 12, budget adoption. We've done all the changes.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2022-2023 year budget as presented with the changes that have been made as of today.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second. Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Wardlaw is not here. Commissioner Vasquez, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Nettleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
and myself, yes. It is a 4-0 vote, one person absent. Item 13, tax rate adoption.
Judge, I move that the property tax rate be increased by adopting the tax rate of 0.497700, which is effectively a 7.30% increase in the tax rate.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. Commissioner Wardlaw is absent. Commissioner Vasquez, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Nettleton, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores?
Yes.
And the judge votes yes. The vote is a 4-0 with one person absent, which is Commissioner Wardlaw. Taking care of everything. David, I've not missed anything. We're good, right? Okay. Commissioners' comments? Is there any commissioners' comments? Judges' comments? There is none other than thank y'all. When y'all look at this budget, we're getting structurally sound, and Commissioner Nettleton, we're getting closer to a more balanced budget.
Yes.
This meeting's adjourned. Y'all have a wonderful day.